They are too young to set foot in any casino, but teenage gamblers are starting to rake in pots that would make any professional card sharp proud. The game of choice is online poker, where all those young players need to build expertise is a lot of free time and a little seed money. And in some cases, that's provided by their parents. John Donvan has our report.
Vegas is for winning, which is the whole point, of course, and there are all kinds of ways to win. But then there is the Joe Cata way of winning, which is to win so big. Last year's World Series of Poker, this was him, that now when Joe Cata comes to town, he gets his own security escort, he gets the private trip upstairs, and when he gets there, the party is all for him. All this at such a young age, it seems he's still only getting used to it.
Well, I'm not really too good at this mic thing, but...
He's only 22, but all this began for him when he was actually still a teenager. And what made him great was the internet, where he could play more than 2,000 hands of poker a day. And while he was the big winner last year, and you have to be 21 to play here, it turns out there's a whole new generation of teenagers right behind him who have made the same discovery. You can get good online, very good and very young, without ever leaving your house. Joe says poker is his life, but especially when he took it online.
I started playing online at an early age when I could, and I was always the quieter type. I didn't really go out much, and cards was like my means of getting away. I remember one day I just kept playing every hour of the day and kept grinding, and next thing I know I got up to like 15,000, 20,000 by the end of the week.
And at this point, he was still only a teenager, just as Blaine Brount is now, a budding Joe Cata. At 19, 2 years younger than the U.S. legal gambling age, but nothing prevents his playing these online games that are based offshore. A college student at the University of Illinois,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Blaine has a summer job teaching drums at the same high school he attended in Gurnee, so he's got a life, but also, thanks to the internet loophole, he's also got online poker.
It's a fun game, but, you know, I also treat it as a business. I treat it as a real job.
Is it a real job?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not gambling to see what's going to happen. I'm trying to make a profit. You know, I pay my rent, I pay my bills by playing poker. It absolutely can be a real job.
In fact, in the summer months at least, he still lives at home, but he keeps his hand in online in a big way. His mom, Mary, not only supports what he's doing, she gave him his first few $100 to get started.
I'm proud of him. It's not something that everybody can do. I view it more, he describes it as a job. I see it kind of like as a sport. There's going to be a winner, there's going to be a loser.
She gave me $100, you know. She trusted me right away, and she was wrong in some respects.
You lost it.
So she said, try again, and she helped me put some more money online. I eventually, you know, paid her back for that. You know, that was when I was 18, and I haven't deposited since. You know, I've just been taking money out.
Which makes it sound a little bit like running a lemonade stand, but it has to be pointed out that gambling, and not just online, is full of danger. You can get addicted to it, you can get scammed, you can get in way over your head. The stories of young people driven to commit crimes to cover the debts that come from gambling. Blaine seems to be aware of the pitfalls and is determined to navigate around them, to take some of the chance out of the game he plays.
Are you a gambler? Are you gambling?
No, I wouldn't say that I'm gambling.
Why not? Because poker is a gambler's game.
There are elements of chance in poker, absolutely. In the short run, you know, it's hard to see skill overcome. You know, when we're playing thousands of hands every month, eventually you see that the more skilled and talented players there are winning.
The less gambling there actually is.
Right, exactly.
Let me ask you this. I mean, if you're a baker, you bake a loaf of bread, you take somebody's money, they get the loaf of bread. And if you build houses, you build them a house, you take the money, they get a house. If you play poker, when you take their money, they got nothing. Poker's about making the other guy lose if you're any good.
Yeah.
It's zero sum, really.
Yeah, you could say that. You know, that's an interesting question to answer. I don't think that nothing comes out of it, you know. I mean, the other guy's trying to take your money too. You can't, you know, it's not a mean thing.
In fact, Blaine sees what he's doing as giving him a safety net in a financially risky world.
If you hadn't discovered poker, what do you think at this point in your life you would be planning to do?
I'd certainly be a lot more scared.
Why scared?
Because I wouldn't really have a fallback. Poker allows my life to be really flexible. You know, I can maybe study something else in school that wouldn't make me as much money. It just lets me try some different things. You know, maybe take some risks.
And so Blaine plugs away at the computer. He won $900 in 1 hour the night before we met him. He loses $350 here in about 45 minutes in one afternoon. But as with most professional players, he says the key to making money consistently is to stick with it. In the long run, he believes persistence will pay off perhaps tenfold.
How much do you need to win to walk away?
How much do I need to win?
Yeah. And what's your target number? When do you have enough?
You know, I might not want to play this same game for, 30, 40 years. If I win $1 million tomorrow, I'm not going to stop playing.
But if you won $20 million tomorrow, would you stop?
If I won $20 million tomorrow,
you would stop. We would all stop.
I'd think about, yeah, maybe. I certainly think that's a long way off.
Well, sure. When you're 19 years old, everything is a long way off. I'm John Donvan for Nightline in Gurnee, Illinois.